Hey guys, Cdrama Invasion here and welcome back to a new video. So after months and months, we finally got some updates on Zhang Zhe. I know a lot of people have been commenting on my channel asking me for updates, so here it is. The reason why I haven't been updating about this case is just because there isn't enough evidence or like factual stuff that's actually coming from him. After all of his accounts was shut down, you know that he's been basically blacklisted, and unfortunately his career is pretty much on hold indefinitely just because of how the system works. And in general, he hasn't been updating anything. And the last time we checked up on him was his last statement saying that he'll be taking this time to reflect upon his actions and just laying low. If you don't know what happened with the whole shrine incident, the playlist to my Chinese scandals explained will be there in the description box below, and you can scroll and watch that video. I've covered it in detail with all of the reasons why the government acted the way they did. And the situation was made worse back at the time because there's so many other scandals affected, and the government was just like extra harsh around that time because I think it was the anniversary of a political and war event in the past, which is why the government was just extra harsh, as mentioned. Following that, we had a couple of anonymous people post on Weibo that they had ties to the government or they were working with lawyers to fight against this injustice because they thought it was just very excessive, that everything he worked for was taken away overnight. But unfortunately, after many people and groups of people were claiming that they were working on something behind the scenes with the legal forces, it seems like nothing really happened, or it was just all shut down. There was really no updates overall, and finally on February 15th, we did get an update from a source that is confirmed to actually have ties with him. So the other people before, the lawyers, these people seem to just be fans or people that wanted to speak up about this, but they weren't officially like known to be tied with him. However, this time it's confirmed because this is made with an account by the tea shop, which is run by his mother. So although there's people doubting on the internet whether or not this is true, it seems that this is a verified source since it's been up and running for a long time, and it's well known that this is basically his family's business account. So the account posted the caption, "Under the constant persuasion of my friends, I finally summoned up the courage to go to the hospital to see a psychiatrist, ... And then it goes into very dark details. He then says, "Ever since I was a child, I didn't like going to the hospital, and I like to carry it by myself, no matter what happens. Sometimes it's really hard to face reality and my vulnerability. And maybe I'm not strong and brave as it seems. It was everyone who gave me warmth through this time of crisis, and I didn't dare or want to look back. But I believe that many of my friends," or he's basically addressing the public in general and encouraging people to have similar problems with depression to go see a doctor or talk to a psychiatrist because it will help you. He said that they also insisted that he take medication, and he says he doesn't know if it will work or not, but he will always try because this is something new for him, and if it helps, then it helps. The lyrics of the song Promise to this friend have already been written. I don't know if there's ever going to be a chance for me to sing it, but I'll post it anyways." So let's do a little breakdown or analysis and summary of this before I get to the lyrics part. So it seems he has some friends and good family members to help him, especially this person that he wants to write this music for. It also seems that he's been going through a very tough time with a lot of blow to his mental health. Of course, when everything is taken away from you overnight, that can happen, but specifically when you're ridiculed by the internet, and we've talked about specific like fan culture in Asia before. I think it's everywhere with fandoms. It can get a little bit out of hand, but specifically in Asia, it's a bit more complicated and definitely more aggressive. So there isn't a lot of rules in place to protect the idols, actors, or whatever from harassment. It's just so normal for people to find out or hack into your systems and find out your parents' phone numbers. I think they stalk you at work. Like crazy things has happened. So I definitely can imagine that the past few months has been very rough for him and his family, because they probably haven't just been harassing him, his friends, his family as well. And he does confirm this later on in his lyrics. So let's get into that portion. Shout out to Cdrama Chaser on Twitter, who was one of the first people I found that gave international fans a good English translation. And it shows the translation of his diagnosis. And some of these things are mentioned in the lyrics. So it's kind of like a mixed bag where they just translated everything and put it all in one long post. So I'll just talk about that. So we have the first piece of news is Zhang Zhe is diagnosed with depression and has dark thoughts of taking his life before. It said some of these symptoms includes depressed mood, insomnia, recurring old dreams, and it's been happening for at least 6 months now. The lyric/statement gets a little bit more personal now, saying, 6 months ago to cyber violence against myself and my family members. I was constantly depressed, not interested in anything like I did before, no longer feeling fulfilled, out of touch of reality, afraid of hearing my phone ring, and rarely using mobile phones, afraid to go out, staying away from the social media and media in general, having thoughts to end my life, but not implemented, which is at least one of the good things that we can be grateful for, that he never attempted anything, but he has been thinking of it for 6 months, which is definitely a dark place. And he also has insomnia, repeated nightmares. And in many of these nightmares, they would have somebody chasing him in the dream. These dreams woke me up, accompanied by sweating and palpitation. His mother was also unstable as well, but they also visited the psychiatrist together. She also had some of these symptoms too. But while Zhang Zhehan's case was more just like depression all the time, she would be very unstable with her emotions, and she would also have very dark thoughts as well. As a result, Zhang Zhe says that this made him feel guilty even more, and this is where he started fasting and kind of stopped caring about his health, and he didn't eat regularly due to the guilt and just the loss of appetite in general, coupled with the fact that he can't sleep a lot due to insomnia too, is just heartbreaking. And this is even more heartbreaking because just prior to this, like a year ago, you see this man full of life, and I remember covering his facts and profile videos where he just has like so much love for sports and different things. Like he was into golfing, and it's a fact that I think he was into basketball at one point, but he got injured, so he couldn't play anymore, and he switched to golfing. And it was just really nice to see how dedicated he was. I think it was like on an interview or something, like actors that worked with him said that he would literally be filming for 12 hours a day and also be out there practicing like golfing for another 5-6 hours. And this is definitely a stark contrast because he was just so full of life, trying to better himself, do things, and have big, passionate dreams and goals. And now you see this all like diminishing. It's like a complete 180. It's super sad and shocking. But I'm actually happy he did decide to go online and talked about this in such a raw manner with just like facts. And it's really sad, but we definitely needed to see it just because there's not enough awareness on the internet, especially in Asia when a lot of these mental health topics are so suppressed. But I'm glad he's addressing the issue, getting the help he needs, has very good support and friends around him, which is kind of what inspired him to write some lyrics in these dark times. So I apologize if these lyrics are translated like super small. It's the only one that I could find, but I'll read it for you. So it says, "Becoming a star, light you up. The sun hits on my face, I don't want to wake up. Day is hard as night. I'll go through my phone, afraid of the ringtone. Brain is blank, all doors are closed. Close your eyes to see the turbulent sea. Don't cry, it's just a speck of dust in the universe. The fireworks illuminate the haze on your face, bright and short but can't come back. Lost passion, lost love. Let's go together in the future. You see the thorny road is full of flowers." And then the translated lyrics is just like really tiny. If you can read Chinese, let me know. Like, the missing parts, but overall it was summarized before. And I'll just read the last line really quickly, which says, "While waiting, it is warm, the future is worth watching together." So overall, I'm glad that it ends on a hopeful note, and it seems like he is doing well in recovery. Hopefully these meds will help him with his sleep and issues. Right now, that's what matters most. And hopefully in a couple of years, he can find loopholes to come back or debut in another way, follow his dreams, and doesn't give up. But that's it for today's video. Such a heartbreaking update. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't checked out other videos on my channel, make sure to do that and subscribe for more future updates. And if you want to support my channel out even more, links in the description box to my Ko-fi page where you can buy me a Ko-fi there, and also link to the Twitter post if you want to read everything yourself, even though I basically just summarized and read a lot of things off. But that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.